Live on YouTube, live on Rumble. Good afternoon. Hello, welcome to Weekly Recap AKA W.W.R. This show is a dive into the odd, obscure, bizarre, and other words for strange world notable events world in sports, aka news. I, of course, am A.O. Xander. You, of course, are you. And we will be joined by the Golden Loon here shortly. Oh, there he is. Hey,
yes, sir.
Dramatic entrance. Today is, of course, Saturn's Day, aka Saturday. April 25th, 2026. I almost said May for some reason. So
not there yet.
Yeah. So let's get into the news today, shall we? Starting us off here in Oddity Central, gamblers allegedly tamper with weather station sensors to win polymarket bets. Now, there's this whole thing that's going on online where, like, people are legally somehow betting on, maybe it's illegal, I don't know, but people are still making money off of it. Betting on anything, like literally anything. Like, will the Queen of England, or the King of England, I guess now, eat a sandwich today or crumpets? Like, stuff like that. People were betting on, as morbid as this sounds, people were betting on when we were going to attack Iran. Like,
so what does polymarket mean? That means many markets to me, but
yes. Well, like, that's probably, like, what I'm talking about here. I'm just, adding that to it because it sounds like it. But let's see here. Even if you've been living under a rock for the last year, you've probably heard of Polymarket, the popular online betting platform that allows people to gamble on virtually any aspect of modern life, from Donald Trump's next military action to the price of oil or the results of elections. You can even bet on the temperature in a certain place at a given time, but as is often the case, certain bets can be manipulated.
Gee, you think?
Yeah. Well, Meteo France, the French weather forecasting service, believed that a weather station at Charles de Gaulle Airport in France was used to manipulate bets placed on Polymarket on what the temperature would be in the French capital on certain days of March and April. Data shows that on some days, more than $500,000 was placed on bets on the temperature in Paris, with some wallets pocketing around $280,000 by betting that the temperature in Paris would reach 19 degrees Celsius on April 15th. Surprisingly, at approximately 9:30 p.m., the temperature reached 22 degrees Celsius, whereas it had just been 18 in the middle of the afternoon. Well, that's not that much of a discrepancy. So
no, but usually, the middle of the afternoon, because usually the heat of the day is about 2:30.
So I'm going to open this image in a new tab. So this is what this weather station reported.
Oh, and then all of a sudden the spike.
No.
And what time was that?
This is in comparison a nearby weather station. So you can see. Yeah. Drastic difference.
Man.
So somebody hacked in there, changed the results so that way they can win a betting thing. But they're actually, I think we're talking about it as well, but there is a currently active duty U.S. serviceman who allegedly leaked classified documents to provide public knowledge of information in order to win one of these bets. So now we have classified shit being leaked, not just in War Thunder anymore. So yeah, this is very not good. But let's move on up here. And this is why I'm always, one of the reasons why I'm so against vanity and all that stuff. Like, search for missing woman hampered by her excessively edited social media photos. See, so
what? Excessively
edited. Like, let me open this image in a new tab.
So
this is what she really looks like.
Wow.
And then, but she edited her pictures on social media, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, so that way she looks pretty, because, everybody wants to look good, but some people like her take it too far, and unfortunately, she took it to such an extreme that she unfortunately got herself into a situation where now she's missing, and people can't find her because they don't know what the fuck she looks like. It's like, dude, accept the cards you're played. Like, I would say go as far as to not wear makeup. Be who you are.
Here's like, let me add something to that though, and I don't justify it by any stretch. Some people don't do it to think, am I going to get away with it? They do it because they want to feel good. They want to make themselves look gorgeous because they're not.
I'm not saying they're doing it because they feel like they're going to get away with it. I'm saying for their safety, they need to stop doing this.
True.
This is why I'm against vanity for situations like this. She all she did was set herself up to be less likely to be found. And now the worst case scenario has happened. I hope she's found. I hope she's all right.
That doesn't make sense because someone in their family is going to have a picture of her some kind of recent picture that they can at least release. Here's what she looks like.
Okay, but until they get hold of that person, if they even so happen to have something, then all you have is what she has on social media. Even her ID. Like, let me open this image here. Even her freaking ID.
She's gone too far.
Yes.
Because I'm looking at it as you're putting that out on social media to just make yourself feel good. Now, on your ID and everything, then you've gone way too far.
Yeah.
I think it's too far to even on social media. Be yourself. I agree with you 100%.
Yes.
But I'll cut some slack for someone who's trying to.
But to this extreme, that's way too much.
That's crazy.
I'm just going to read a couple paragraphs here. A missing persons case in Mexico recently sparked a heated debate about the excessive use of filters and image editing tools online. Efforts to find a 30-year-old woman who went missing in the state of Chiapas earlier this month were hampered by the fact that the photos used by police on missing persons posters looked nothing like her. Gracia Guadalupe Orantes Mendoza went missing on the night of April 12th in the municipality of Alcozuzala de Espinosa. Following a report filed by the young woman's family, police activated the ALBA protocol, a mechanism that initiates immediate actions for the search of missing women. So, as I said, I hope she's out there. I hope she's all right. I hope she's found.
Anything down there? Was she found dead or alive or anything?
Well, here we go. Luckily, the woman was found alive several days later on a highway connecting Alcozuzala with the municipality of Juquilipilas, and she remains in police custody. The circumstances surrounding her disappearance and her subsequent location remain confidential while the case is still being investigated. So it's still an open case.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
she may have
escaped.
Created it herself, or she may have escaped.
I mean, well, once again, somebody who goes through this much of an extreme to make herself look good, now she wants the publicity. I'm not saying she did, but I wouldn't be surprised knowing, how people are in today's world.
Really sad.
Well, that's just how people are in today's world. So, moving on up, university lab worker tries to poison fellow researcher over a promotion.
Yikes.
I hope he got fired and thrown in jail for the rest of his life. Envy can push people into doing despicable things to their fellow man, but you rarely hear about someone trying to take the life of a co-worker over a promotion. Well, we've spoken actually over a couple of articles over a while. Like a co-worker or something. Remember, there was that one in Korea or whatever. She was poisoning her coffee or something by putting arsenic in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, or something.
Kind of goes in hand, not exactly with this.
Yeah.
But have you heard about the 11 scientists that are either missing or
Yes. Like all of these people are.
Figured out?
Well, there's a whole conspiracy behind it, about revealing documents or certain things are potentially might get leaked because of all the stuff happening and everything. So people are just getting offed before they can talk. It's another purge. Anyone who knows anything, unless you have them really close to your vest, they got to go. And that's just how things are. I keep telling you, man, the world is not, I know that the world's not sunshine and rainbows, but it's a lot worse than you think it is. There's a lot of shadowy shit going on out there.
I hope not.
I admire your optimism, and I wish I had it as well. But yeah, anyway, Mikado Kuroda had been charged with recklessly endangering the safety and tampering with a household product with the intent to kill, injure, or otherwise endanger the health of another person after he admitted to lacing a fellow lab worker's water bottle with paraformaldehyde and chloroform. Yikes. So this is the guy that poisoned.
Wow.
He looks like an asshole. Yikes. Anyway, let's move on up here. What else do we got? The world's largest snack store sells over 30,000 kinds of snacks from 70 countries. That's awesome.
Oh my God. Please, take me there.
Yeah. Snack Kingdom was designed as a unique experience for shoppers. The entrance is a long snack corridor made use of glass cabinets featuring various types of colorful snacks, and it's meant to give the visitors an idea of what they can expect inside. So, pardon me. With all this talking and dry air. It says here the cola section takes up two long multi-tiered shelves featuring cola from about 20 countries. Apart from classic varieties from well-known brands like Coca-Cola and Pepsi, visitors can expect to find obscure varieties like salted cola, for example. So
foreigners do not come to China's snack Disneyland unless you're willing to.
So I'm just gonna fast forward to see if he shows any. It's basically just his face. It looks like always recording himself. So, okay, well, we're not getting any good video of this, so that's unfortunate. But yeah, and also, if you want to read more about these articles, please check the other bar in the description. They're already down there. You're gonna say something?
Yeah, I remember, and I can't remember where I was, but I was somewhere where there was a display set up with all kinds of different flavors of Coke. And, you know, you have a little cup and you could put some here if you want to try that. A couple of them were so god-awful. I can't imagine them ever getting on the market.
Have you ever heard of onion Coke?
No.
I think that's a flavor
I
in
like
Japan.
onions on my burgers, so there you go.
True. Now this one is gonna piss both of us off. Maybe a lot more people out there. Bored man confesses to starting forest fire for his own amusement.
Oh,
I hope they execute him. Seriously.
Oh, man.
If you're that bored, just set yourself on fire. Do everybody a favor. How about that? You know.
Yeah.
So, at the police state, rangers patrolling the Kang Hat-Oi forest in Thailand's Phisong province last Saturday apprehended a suspicious young man following repeated reports of fires in the area. The suspect was carrying a lighter and couldn't offer a valid reason for his presence there, so he was taken in for questioning. At the police station, the 22-year-old man, identified only as Matina, eventually admitted to setting fires in Kang Hat-Oi forest, but offered a very bizarre reason for it. Quote, I just wanted to have fun. I had nothing to do, so I started a fire to get forest rangers to put it out. I just acted out of recklessness, end quote. The man casually said. Line him up on the wall and execute him. I mean,
I guess it doesn't say anything what he ended up getting, years to life or a slap on the wrist.
Well, I'm just trying to see if, he remains in custody, but authorities have yet to announce the penalties he faces.
Okay.
So, he's going to face something.
Well, yeah.
I say execution. If he sets fires because he's bored, he's clearly a danger to himself and everybody around him.
Yeah.
And maybe you could say like, oh, blah blah, send him to a mental institution. No, like, I don't know. I maybe as a Californian, I just have zero tolerance for arsenals after everything. Arsonists. Yeah, that's everything that's happened, like the Palisades, what happened over in Lahaina and Maui. And those firefighters over, Granite Mountain Hot Shots, saying that movie, Only the Brave. Yeah. And this asshole's out here just starting fires because he's bored. Fuck him, kill him. Sorry. No, I have no tolerance. So, what else do we got here? Family uses an AI clone of deceased man to spare his 80-year-old mother the pain of knowing the truth. Wow. It's happening.
Talking to him online or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
The South China Morning Post newspaper reported the unusual case of a family that commissioned an AI clone of a man killed in a car accident so his 80-year-old mother can continue communicating with him via video. Although details about the family have not been revealed, the case made public by a developer on the digital clone contacted by a deceased son. So the digital model was reportedly created using photos, videos, and audio recordings of the deceased and ended up looking and sounding eerily realistic, using the same accent and distinctive speech pattern and borrowing the same mannerisms, such as leaning forward when he speaks. This AI stuff, it's gotten very, very good. Scarily good.
I just say shame on the family. I can't go with that.
I understand. I agree, shame on the family.
I understand an elderly mother or whatever she is.
What worries me are scammers.
Yeah. I mean, big time.
Now see, not even talking about the video, somebody can, if somebody finds out your number, they can use an AI to clone my voice to have it say whatever and then get you, oh, Dad, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah, no, I know.
And even so, even if it does do a video call, they can do video now with all this stuff.
Yeah.
It is terrifying, and it's only getting better. Shame on the family. I agree with you and everything, but my concern more is towards people who have an ill intent, which is already happening.
Well, there's already been scams like that for years and years and years. Now it's just getting to the point where you can't tell.
Mm-hmm. So, what else do we got here? Restaurant goes viral for its see-through pork slices. So that's
for what now?
See-through pork slices. They're so skinny that they're translucent. That's a pork slice. Do you see that?
Wow.
Yeah. That's That's what you're buying. That's thinner than the shit in the sandwich meat containers, dude.
Yeah.
Like, Shabuyo, a popular Japanese all-you-can-eat hot pot restaurant chain, has been getting a lot of attention for its incredibly thin pork slices, which are literally see-through. The ultra-thin cuts have already been dubbed stealth pork on the social media and have inspired an abundance of humorous comments. The original poster commented that one of the advantages of stealth pork is that the ultra-thin slices allow diners to eat more slices than usual and then brag to their friends about how many they consumed. Oh yeah, because gluttony is something to brag about. So, you're just bumping up your numbers artificially so you can brag about being fucking big? You know? That doesn't sound good. But this is shameful.
Yeah.
You know? Give me some meat.
Yeah.
Dude. Come on.
Raise your prices if you have to, but give you something.
I mean, it looks like it looks like what's the word for like a cross section?
Oh,
It looks like a cross section of a jellyfish. That's ridiculous.
cross section of anything that they're examining under a microscope.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. 14-year-old whiz kid is building a working aircraft engine by hand. Wow. Shi Zhejiang is not your usual 14-year-old middle school student. After developing a passion for aeronautics at a very early age, he started studying the basics, taught himself calculus, and now is building a functional turbojet engine by hand. Okay.
Jeez.
So this kid is one of these friggin' advanced lizard people, you know, like. Shay was only in kindergarten when he became fascinated with paper planes. He noticed the difference between throwing a paper ball and launching a paper plane by hand. He was curious what made the plane float the way he did. Before long, he turned his house into an experimental laboratory for paper planes, but that was only the beginning. According to his parents, Shay once dedicated 3 hours each day to reading science books on aeronautics. By the 3rd grade, he was already teaching himself calculus, aerodynamics, printed circuit board circuitry, as well as working with complex software like SolidWorks and computer-aided design, or CAD. Holy shit, dude. Like, this is honestly kind of scary. This
Well,
kid
here's
is
the deal. I don't know
smart.
what country he's from.
China, probably?
I don't know. The military wants you.
Oh, absolutely.
What's that picture when they point?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
point here.
Yeah, I want you. So, I'm trying to see what country he's in. I'm not seeing any country.
Didn't mention it when you read it.
Yeah. Duyan, isn't that Chinese? I can swear he's Chinese.
I don't know. Well, he's Asian descent.
Yeah,
for
well,
sure.
obviously. I mean, it said something about him being Asian or something. Anyway, yeah, no, like, that's fascinating. What else do we got here? Turkish politician gets international attention for his impressive mustache. That is a very impressive mustache.
Yeah.
Orhan Avaki was recently appointed chairman of the Huzur Party in the Karlyova district of eastern Turkish province of Bingöl. To mark his appointment, his party shared a photo of him and provincial chairman Sait Maku, which got a lot of attention because of Avki's mustache. So yeah, his name is difficult to say, but yep, almost looks like an anime character with their mouth wide open. Crazy. We also have controlling boyfriend tattoos his name dozens of times on woman's body, including her face. Referred to only as joke by stitching Spichet Von Tattoo, the middle-aged woman reportedly endured years of abuse and could only cope by numbing herself with alcohol and pills. Her controlling ex reportedly bought a cheap tattooing machine online and personally inked about 250 tattoos on her body, including property of, and included his name and his initials. Holy shit, dude.
Oh,
this
man.
poor girl, this lady, this poor woman.
Oh, man.
Somebody get her away from him. Somebody get her help. Like,
Wow.
yeah. That's, I gotta move on. That disturbs me to my core.
Yeah.
Unicycle Granny still performing at the age of 69 years old. Congratulations.
Ooh, yeah.
You know, keep it going. In California, because only Californians could be this crazy.
Well, and the other problem is, to me, she's still just a kid.
Yes. Yeah. California performer known as the Unicycle Granny was named the oldest unicycle rider in the world at the age of 69 years, 189 days old. Linda Jarrett, who started riding her unicycle at the age of 10, first earned that record in January 2023 at the age of 66 years and 234 days. and has now extended her record with the December 2025 performance and production of the Nutcracker. All right. She still performs on a unicycle as well as other acrobatic skills in regional and community theater productions.
I wonder if she gets on I wonder if she ever gets on any of those big tall ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe not at this age anymore, because if she if she falls, she might not get back up at this age. But that's awesome.
Yeah,
dude, keep it going. World Book Day. 5 times library books were over 100 years overdue. So we've covered. I used to cover these a lot, but long overdue books are a lot more common. I mean, they're not that common, but a lot more common than you'd think. So there's it used to be almost every week I had at least 1 or 2 articles covering. Yeah, so I just stopped covering them.
Yeah.
So, but in celebration of Thursday's World Book Day, we're looking back at some of the most astonishing tales of overdue library books that were returned more than a century late.
Wow.
Yeah, 100 years. One example is a woman named Cynthia Delhi found a bound copy of Shakespeare's historical play while going through the possessions that had belonged to her deceased grandmother, Arlene Delay, and discovered it had been checked out from Patterson Public Library in 1923.
Well, disappointing that the grandmother wasn't still alive and brought it back.
Yeah. Well, Granny probably didn't even realize she still had it.
No, obviously not.
But yeah, it says the younger Delhi returned the book to the New Jersey Library in 2024, making it a full 101 years overdue. That's just one example.
I wonder if they tried to charge her overdue fees.
That is a good question.
$10,000,
That is a good question. Some of the articles actually did say something about a. Here we go. This other one here. Employees from the Hockley Library in Pennsylvania found a used copy of this book for sale, and a closer examination revealed it had been checked out from the Carbondale Public Library in 1904, and a card tucked inside identified the borrower as Horace Short. The book was checked out for 43,641 days, equating to 119 years, 5 months, and 24 days, which would have accrued a fine of $872.82 at the 1904 rate of 2 cents per day, or $10,000, or $10,910.25 at the current rate of 25 cents per day. The library's officials wrote, "Mr. Short is very lucky. We currently cap fines for books at $10." So somebody did get fined, to answer your question. That's cool. We also have Really Big Pigs seen wandering loose in North Carolina. And this is more of a heads up to anybody. If you still happen to watch this show and you're in that area, be careful, because pigs will hunt and eat humans. They are omnivores. They will eat anything. And there have been instances of pigs actually pinning their owners against the side of the pen and breaking their legs. They fall over, then they swarm them and they eat them. That has been historically documented. So so just
I don't want to hear this crap.
This is cautionary.
I know.
You should be revolted, but just be careful out there. So authorities in North Carolina are asking local residents to keep an eye out for a really big pig seen wandering loose in Durham County. The Durham County Sheriff's Office said on social media that the new heavyweight champion was spotted in the Mason Road area, but animal service personnel were unable to locate the ambassador. I like how they throw the puns in. The Sheriff's Office said residents should report any sightings of the pig and not attempt to capture it themselves. The pig's owner has not yet been identified. So once again, if you're up in that area...
At least he's not eating anybody.
Yet, or that we know of. So, people do go missing in the woods. So just be careful out there, guys. What else do we got here? More from UPI. England Nature Festival organizers clarify it is not a nudist event.
A what event?
Nudist.
Oh.
So there's a story behind every sign and every rule, and I kind of do not want to know the story behind this one. I mean, did people start showing up naked? Probably. Festival organizers said on social media that a recent inquiry from a prospective visitor led them to believe they needed to clarify the purpose of the event. Cumbria Nature Festival is primarily aimed at naturalists, not naturists, the post said. While we aim to be as inclusive as possible and certainly do not judge anyone, we are aiming the event at wildlife enthusiasts. Please do dress appropriately, as in something. So
anything.
Organizers said any nudists who book their tickets in error can exchange them for a full refund. Okay. So, yeah,
Fair enough.
Yeah, okay. We also have electric wheelchair explosion caught on camera in Florida. Well, first the toilets, now the wheelchairs.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
wait, is that the toilet? So,
The flaming toilet.
Hollywood Fire Rescue in Florida shared a video on social media showing homeowner Alexandria Anye rushing away from the chair seconds before it detonated in her driveway. Wow. So we have a repeat, once again, from the toilet to the wheelchairs. So, is there a way to fast forward? I can't fast forward this. So we just have to wait and see. So that's the wheelchair there. Is there a way to bigger this at least? Like, does it look like it?
That looks like a cart, not a wheelchair.
Oh, it's on the left. Is a wheelchair.
I can't see it from here.
Yeah, I can't even bigger this. So, see, he's pushing the wheelchair over here.
Yeah, I can kind of
Yeah.
see it.
Looks like one of those cheap electric ones. So he's walking away from it. Like, why is he just staring at it? Or did they intentionally? Because this is starting to look suspect.
It looks a little phony, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, there it goes. If he was standing there the entire time, like, maybe he might have heard something that we didn't hear.
Yeah, but he didn't look around. If you heard something like you say,
Well,
first thing you're gonna do is look. What is this? What's
Yeah.
this noise?
Well, he probably moved and heard it, and then he stood back.
I ain't buying it.
So, yeah. Anyway, let's move on up here. What else do we got? Driver's license renewal led Indiana woman to doppelganger mystery. An Indiana woman is searching for a doppelganger after she was flagged by facial recognition software while renewing her driver's license. Yeah, this is another problem with all this AI stuff.
Doppelganger?
Well, it's somebody who looks like you but isn't.
Oh.
Like,
supposedly there's a twin for everybody.
well,
out there.
that's exactly the problem, and this is actually used to happen every now and then. But like, there was actually an incident recently. I think we covered it last week, where AI falsified, like, flagging a 65-year-old grandmother as the suspect in some crime, like 300 miles away.
Wow.
And she was arrested and questioned and everything. And this is the problem. Like, everybody's now like, all of a sudden, oh, it's time to rely on AI o'clock. Okay, let's just turn off our brains and just blindly listen to AI. And AI says, oh, this woman matched this, like, freaking photo or whatever recognition, and it's misidentifying people.
What else do
like,
you have to say?
Erica Brown of Anderson said she was renewing her license at the Bureau of Motor Vehicles when the software indicated there could be a fraud at play. She was contacted by a fraud and security enforcement investigator who requested evidence of her identity before her new license could be issued. The officer showed Brown two side-by-side photos, her driver's license photo and that of another Indiana woman who is the same age but has a different name and address. Brown said the resemblance was uncanny. Her new license was finally issued after 3 months, but she is trying to find her look-alike by posting a new TikTok video with an update on her search every day. So somebody in her area looks just like her.
Or at least in the same state.
Yeah. Or it could be a skinwalker, for all we know.
All I know is if
this is
there's another one that looks out for me, look out world. It's not
Yikes. Good. Can a mentalist trick Trump? Oz Perlman will try in a room full of journalists. What the hell is even this? Like what in the name of Hollywood is happening here? The White House Correspondents Association dinner, a century-old night of mingling for politicians and political journalists, won't feature a roast by a comedian this year. Instead, bucking decades of tradition, Saturday's headliner is a mentalist, Oz Perlman, whose mind-reading and pin-guessing tricks have made him a favorite on social media, late-night shows, professional sports teams, and corporate clientele. Perlman, at the age of 43, has been a full-time entertainer for over 2 decades, but he's been doing magic for much longer. He started doing card, rope, and coin tricks as a teenager. Okay, yada, yada, yada. Why do we care about this guy?
Well, apparently he's the MC at a... It sounds like a roast, So, they're going to do it on the president. Sounds like to me. Whatever that dinner is, they usually have a comedian there. So that kind of sounds like a roast thing, whatever it is.
Well, he's saying that he's going to be reading Donald Trump's mind. So,
that's entertainment.
Okay, well, this sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So. And last but not least, and this one's wild, Professional cornhole player and quadruple amputee is arrested for murder.
Wait. What kind of player?
Professional cornhole player.
Okay, I don't know what that means to you, but it has a terminology.
I know what else it means.
To me, from way back in the day, I don't know if it currently applies, but it sounds like it does.
Is it disgusting?
Yes.
Yes. Well, that's the other term. No, cornhole. You know the bean bags you throw into like the little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That's called cornhole.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel better already.
You didn't get cornholed.
No.
A professional cornhole player who's a quadruple amputee has been arrested. I can see you in connection with a fatal shooting.
I'm sitting next to the wall. Okay, go ahead.
Dayton Weber, at the age of 27, is accused of killing a man in the front seat of his car during an argument on Sunday in his hometown of La Plata, MD, Maryland, I guess, about 30 miles south of Washington, D.C., according to the Charles County Sheriff's Office. Now, remember I told you earlier I was like...
It's turned ugly.
Yeah, well...
joking around, man.
Well, no, the title said arrested for murder.
Well,
so,
true.
Yeah.
I didn't get past the first word.
Yeah, well... Oh, well, we gotta get our minds out of the cornhole. It says here the sheriff's office said in a press release that passengers in the back seat saw Weber shoot Braddock Michael Wells, also 27, before he pulled over and asked them to help pull the victim out of the car. They refused and left, at which point Weber fled with the victim still in his car. All of the passengers knew each other, authorities said. I don't want to read any more of this, but if you guys do, it's already in the underbar, the description. But like, I just want to add because remember I told you earlier today I was in somebody else's stream, like Scott Free stream, which appears to still be live here. So go give them a check out there.
The whole way.
But we were talking about this, and they said that he could indeed fire the gun, despite being a quadruple amputee.
Yeah.
But he had to hold it in a weird way and position. It wasn't a quick thing.
Yeah, it wasn't just quick draw McGraw here.
So yes, he could fire the weapon, but no, it could not be conducive to him being accused of murder. Now I don't know, but it just seems weird that somebody without any limbs could kill somebody, unless they're
anything's possible, but
unless they're freaking Charles Xavier or something.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But anyway, that shall conclude the show for the day. Once again, please check the underbar in the description below for any links that you may find interesting, including but not limited to all things Omni Coalition. For your dose of different, odd, and unusual news, aka notable events, weather, and sports, we stream every Saturday at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, 4 Mountain, 5 Central, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, respectively. We do have other shows. We have a show coming up in about an hour and a half, or actually a little bit less. The history show we do every day at 5 p.m. Pacific Time, whatever that is for your time zone, you can figure that out. But anyway, for all of you and all of us, I'm Alexander.
Golden Loon.
And you, thank you so much for coming in. And until you catch us next time, whenever that is, wherever that is, be it next Saturday or an hour and a half from now, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Toodles!